All right, now I'm going to go to my desktop folder and create a new folder for our project called hello-world. You can call it anything you want and you can put it anywhere on your machine. Now let's go into this folder and open it with VS Code. So we type code, period. Now, if this doesn't work on your machine, you can simply drag and drop this folder onto VS Code. Okay, so here's our project. Now let's add a new file here called index.ts. So every TypeScript file should have the TS extension. Now, earlier I told you that TypeScript is built on top of JavaScript. So we say TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, which means it has everything in JavaScript plus some additional features. So here we can write any JavaScript code, and that is valid TypeScript code. So we can write console.log and print hello world. Now we can go back to our terminal window here, or we can use the embedded terminal window in VS Code. So back in VS Code, under the view menu, look, we have terminal. The shortcut on Mac is Control and backtick. So we can open the terminal window right here, and using TypeScript compiler, we can compile index.ts. Okay, now let's open our project folder. Look, we have index.js, which is the result of compilation. So we have the exact same code here because in index.ts, we haven't used any TypeScript features. So let's write a bit of TypeScript code. So here in index.ts, I'm going to declare a variable using the let keyword. I'm going to call it age and annotate it with number. So by typing a colon followed by the type of variable, we can annotate or explain a variable. Now we can initialize it to, let's say, 20. Now here's the beautiful part. Because we have declared age as a number, we cannot set it to a string or another type of object. Look, we get this error right here. It's saying type string is not assignable to type number. This is the beauty of using TypeScript. With TypeScript, we can catch a lot of our mistakes at compile time. We don't have to run our application or our unit tests to find that we accidentally set a number to a string. So let's remove this bad line and recompile our file. So back to the terminal, tsc index.ts. Good. Now take a look over here. Look at the JavaScript code that the TypeScript compiler generated. So instead of the let keyword here, we have var, because by default, the TypeScript compiler uses an older version of JavaScript called ES5, which is short for ECMAScript 5. So ECMAScript is a standard or a specification, while JavaScript is an implementation of that specification. So ES5 is an old specification. It's been around for a long time, and all these features have been implemented in our browsers for a very, very long time. I think more than a decade. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to configure the TypeScript compiler to target a newer JavaScript version. So the code that will be generated will be more modern. So here's the interesting part. Instead of let, we're using var, and we don't have our type annotation. This is purely for the TypeScript compiler. The actual JavaScript code doesn't specify the type of this variable, okay? So that's it for now. Starting from the next section, we're going to explore TypeScript features in detail. Next, I'm going to show you how to configure the TypeScript compiler.